Hey, what's going on, Archons? Welcome to another edition of Coach's Collection. Pulling one out of the vault today. Been wanting to play this lately, and I haven't played it that much. So I thought, let's showcase it here so it can be shown on my stream. So this is Terracote of the Cronies Alley, and this is coming to you via Mass Mutation. Yes, I have not done one for Mass Mutation yet. And why is this deck special? Well, it's one of my Dark Ember Vault decks. This one I did not buy specifically because of the Dark Ember Vault, although it is a contributing factor. My Italian Dark Ember Vault deck is my true DAV deck, I would say, but this is a bonus in this. Why do I like this? Well, for mutants, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mutants, which I would say is the low point for what I want in mutants of a Dark Ember Vault deck. I think 7 is my absolute lowest I would want in a Dark Ember Vault deck if I'm trying to go that route. So 8 is just squeaking in for me. But beyond that, I really like this deck because of the Ember Pips, actually, is one of the reasons. It's got, we'll just do creature Ember count. So first off, creatures, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 creatures. And then Pips, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pips. So the ratio with creatures to pips is kind of ridiculous in this deck. And that is one reason why I like it. I feel like you can just play it and stuff will happen. Especially if you can get the vault cycling cards, you're going to be really in a good position. So obviously having the double Seeker of Truth with Lieutenant Grovanall is really nice. So that is a great little Ember control. The Bring Low is a nice control as well in terms of for the, oh my goodness, my mind's drawing a blank here. Scaling Ember control, that's what I'm thinking of. And then Free Markets for another little bit of burst. Scrivener Fabian is my absolute, not my absolute, but it's definitely one of my favorite mutants. I do love how captures can be used as a steal instead, so that's really nice. This card, unfortunately, it's going to depend on timing for how good Jizzleheart's Wrath will be. And then the mugs is really cool with being able to, if the capture comes at the wrong time, you can essentially mug and get that ember back, especially when it's on mug itself, which means you can take some of that ember and then get it for yourself. A little bit of artifact use here. Disruption. Johnny Longfingers was actually a big reason why I actually chose this in contention to other decks, not only for the count, but I wanted a Johnny Longfingers deck just because I love the proposition that is presented when you got Johnny on board and you realize that if he gets destroyed, you get to steal one, and then everything else has it as well. And I think there's some combos here with Johnny Longfingers, and you have Jizzleheart's Wrath, obviously. Here, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Here, destroy each mutant creature. So there's a way you could do a nice little steal that way. So that's really cool, especially with all these Glorianas and whatnot. Pismire wouldn't like as much to fall into that category, but everything else is really nice. So that just makes me like this deck for that reason. I think Fangtooth Cavern is really cool because of the fact that you have your Glorianas in here and they're just 1-powers. Because it kind of works with Lodon in a way. You also have the, because there's creatures here that are mutants in Untamed, that you could technically go Jizzleheart's Wrath and then Lodon them next turn on Untamed, get them back in your deck, especially if they're things like Pismire, Gloriana's Attendant, stuff like that. So there's these cool little combos that exist within it. I mean, I wish this was in a different house, Wild Bounty, because there are only singular pips here. But the nice thing is you do have the capture potential with Scrivener Fabian to steal 2. But aside from that, I mean, if that was in Shadows, like, that would be bonkers on this card. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to go into too much more with this deck because you see everything that it does. It's got some cool tricks. I mean, with Grey Rider, obviously, with the Seeker of Truth, Grovanall, you just have this daisy chain of events that could happen, which is really nice. I'm all about those daisies. And again, Xenonight's a really nice candidate. A little bit, like I said, the artifact stuff is great. Taunt is great. The only thing that it is truly missing is like a true board wipe, because the the Wrath is one thing, but it doesn't really have a true board wipe. But I think this deck is so offensive with both the Raw Ember and the potential for you to get DAV out and do some tricks that I think it's just a really solid, fun deck to play, and I'm excited to dive more into what this deck can do. So I hope you like this, and please tune in on my stream this week to see it in action. That is Terracote of the Cronies Alley. And as always, folks, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged properly. Have a good one.